What is up, guys? So clearly different setting than normal. I'm in my office at home, and how you liking the facial hair? It's coming in. It's just me not caring. That's kind of what it is. Although I am able to curl my mustache now, so that's getting very villainous. But yeah, I'm just growing it out. I'm probably going to shave it before the next big fun trip, as it were. But that's why I want to talk to you guys. Like, my content and everything has been a little bit sparingly, just because I feel like I'm in a shift of creative style and ideas, as well as my work as a DJ, which is a whole other conversation. But I thought I would have a nice talk with all of you about what's on my mind, what's going on, the future, and as well as you know my stance on why I do this. First off, I've been entertaining people as a performer, an actor, just a fun guy since, man. I mean, really, since I was a kid. If you're being very honest, in terms of just being that person who wants to just make someone smile, laugh. I was always a kid cracking jokes. I was always a kid probably pranking and doing things I probably shouldn't have. I wasn't the ideal Asian son because I was never calm, but it definitely gave my parents a run for their money. And really, the reason why I'm making this video is because I do want to bring it back to my parents and my family, my culture. A lot of my friends know that I am Thai, Thai American. My parents came from Thailand in the 70s, had me in the 80s. And I grew up as an American kid. I went to high school. I did choir. I played tennis. I was involved in the American high school experience. But I am Thai as well, and there's always been a disconnect between growing up here and connecting to my roots in Thailand. Because as a young man, you know, it wasn't much. I didn't care for it much. It was something that I struggled with because I was just when you're a kid growing up here in America, you're just trying to find your place that's beyond your culture. You want to be as American as you can, just so you don't get your ass kicked or get picked on. So you're just trying to fit in. And thinking back, I I feel bad that I had to push away so much of my culture in order to adapt and live as an American kid. While being here, you're being argued that you're not American enough, and then when you go back home to the motherland, you're not Thai enough because you're an American kid. Because I don't speak Thai fluently. Like, I speak Thai conversationally, which means that I know when I'm in trouble and I know how to order food. That's kind of the like gist of conversational. I can count things like that, but full on like legitimate heartfelt conversations, it's gonna take some time for me to just listen and kind of focus on what people are saying. But being in Thailand for like really a week kind of recharges all that, so you have an easier time. But the whole reason that I started vlogging and continue vlogging is not only because I understand the importance of it. It really started as a way to be relatable and approachable to potential clients and people who would want to book me in the future. Doing social media like vlogs, little shorts and TikToks, things like that. It does give me opportunity to show people that I'm a fun person. And I really, my goal has always been to just be able to show that, really be a champion for kindness and just being a nice guy. I think I just want to show people I'm harmless and I'm knowledgeable in what I do, and I'm really good at my job, and I want to be able to do it for whomever would want me to do it for their wedding or event. And it's worked out really good for me. So that's one reason why I keep with social media. But a huge reason, maybe the more important reason, it's been about 10 years since my father has passed away. And we lost him in 2014 to cancer, and amongst other things. Everything just kind of hit him at once. But growing up, my father was always that connective tissue to remind me that I was Thai, and I came from somewhere that had a lot of importance to him, to us, being as we are Thai. We come from a beautiful country that he just loved to share about, whether it be me, his friends at work, sharing Thailand. As much as he loved being American, sharing his love for his home country was such an important thing for my father. I grew up hearing stories about Thailand, how he met my mom, how life was in Thailand, my entire life up until he passed away. And when he was gone, those stories ended. I didn't hear about the pork bun lady who would drive down the street singing a song that would remind people that, hey, I'm selling pork buns, or stories of playing with firecrackers in streets and making toy guns out of bamboo. My father, he always wanted us to be connected to where he came from. So we also go yearly to Thailand. Not yearly. Every it used to be like every maybe 3 or 4, and then became a little longer each time. But we would always go back to Thailand. Like it was something that we always looked forward to. He always tried to keep us rooted in our heritage. But when he passed away, like I said, the stories ended, and that was something that you feel a dead silence of something you're used to hearing. And I'm gonna get real, because I also I think I might have mentioned it on Instagram, but I got really depressed. In fact, man, those years after my father passed away were very tough. And as someone who has to be, you never show anybody. You try your best not to show what's going on inside when you have things going on as an entertainer, because it's so important that you give your guest your best first. Your my clients and friends. I mean, it was tough meeting fathers. In fact, I'll say that it's been such a pleasure to speak to so many fathers after my dad passed away, because I appreciate the role as of fathers and any parentals. There's something that I have a high respect for them when I meet them at their weddings and stuff. And yeah, it makes me miss. I wish I had my father around. I had a hard time through those 2 years. So, but being depressed and feeling down on myself, I miss my dad. I miss those stories. I miss Thailand. We were planning to spare my father's ashes in Thailand, and I knew that was coming up. And when going through my dad's old camera, I found footage, and I guess he was really interested in making YouTube videos, because he was doing like a review of a camera he bought, and he always told me back when we would watch like Bizarre Foods and Anthony Bourdain, big influence, or any type of travel show that was in Thailand or around the world. My father, you should do that. That's something you should do. Like why don't you start a YouTube channel and things like that? Now, I DJ working, or whatever. But that was something my father encouraged me to do, and I remember that. Like that when that's something that I that's kind of caught back my memory, and I was like, it kind of felt. I wanted to share his stories. I wanted to share like things about being Thai and the country that I love, So I got GoPro, and before our trip, I took my best friend Peter to we did some Thai stuff, in America, and tried Thai flavored things, I had my friends try Thai food, and I really wanted to kind of give my friends or the people around me a taste of my culture, which I love so much. And fortunately for my father's funeral, or his ash spreading, my best friend got to come with me, So Peter, he got schedule cleared, and he was joining me. I was going by myself, and then he was able to join us on that trip. And not only Peter, my brother's childhood friends growing up who knew my father, Pat and Kev came. So it became a bigger thing than than it was to say bye to my dad, and it felt really special to bring all of them on the journey. And I filmed it, and I never released my father's. I never filmed my father's final resting grounds because honestly, it was too rough to go through that footage. I made a series of vlogs called Road to Thailand. It's one of the first series of like real vlogs that I did when I started really vlogging. And it's, me, Peter, and everybody, we're all in Bangkok and Phuket. And, it was a great trip. We stayed with family. We got to explore some really cool places. We got to say goodbye to my dad. So that's what kind of got me vlogging and kind of got me in the motion of like how I wanted to make content, because I watched there are a lot of Thai creators at the time. I was watching Fat Mango Productions. They do more commercial stuff now, but back then they're vlogging and showing their lifestyle, living in Phuket, so it seemed really cool. And definitely giving some ideas of how to vlog, as well as Mark Wiens, a great food vlogger, which I love his work and I follow him religiously, as well as other creators that make content. So it really inspired me to make that and showcase my culture, and I had a great time doing it. And once we landed, I kind of was trying to figure out like, how can I do this at home. But I get back home, it's back to work, doing events. Kind of feeling I closed a chapter and I got to move on a bit and start healing. Then sadly, after then, man, not too shortly after the my father's send off, I lost my best friend Peter. He he was visiting Chicago just on a solo trip. He's been hankering from solo trips, and I couldn't. I would love to go with him, but I was just working so much that I couldn't get time off. He he went on a trip to Chicago, and I remember him calling me to give him a ride, but I couldn't because I was so busy. I was working. I was like, sorry, man, but hey, have a good trip. When we get back, let's get sushi. And I get a text during my event that, hey, somehow Peter had an accident. We'll call you to see how he's doing. All right, cool. Give me a form. I got that from his brother. And then the next day, I got all these texts and missing calls from people just like hitting my phone. And then by the time I picked up my phone, Shama, a close friend of ours, she she asked if I'm sitting down or where am I. And once she said that, I kind of was like, okay, it's kind of a big well, how's Peter? Me thinking like, okay, he'll just, I'll pick him up at the airport with a broken leg or something, like carting him off in a wheelchair. But Shama, she was the first person to tell me that Peter had an accident, and he didn't make it. So he yeah, he didn't come back from that trip. And I always regret not being there for him, because even in Thailand, my responsibility was making sure my friend got home safe. And I couldn't do it for him. Sorry. I want to be more real when I start doing these vlogs, and like when I lost Peter, I was broken. I I was just autopilot. I'll be honest. Without him and my dad, I was in a really tough spot. it was so hard to like just, but I did it because like the world keeps moving, and I had a responsibility to like be the best entertainer I could for my clients. So I'm not saying there weren't slip ups, but like I powered through, and my family needed me too. So it was losing Peter was really hard. Um, sorry, sorry. Um, Peter's he was my best friend. Like I did everything with Peter. We parties, shows, concerts. Like he was my best friend. Like he was my ride or die. Um, and I miss him every day. So I had a rough few years after losing Peter, but I delved into work, and I started noticing that like I was just getting booked more, and doing more events, and getting to do these really cool places, and something snapped in me where, because anytime I had a success, Peter would always he he'd be proud of me. He'd be like, "Good job, dude. Keep going. I mean, like, try doing this." He was never like negative and like anything that I did. Like, oh, I got this job, but they want me to dress up as a monkey or whatever. Like, oh well, hey, it's okay, you got paid, do it. Or he'll give me wise advice and be like, yeah, maybe that's a bad call. Um, but he was there. He was there for me. He fully supported me. So it sucked not having him to share that with, not having my dad to share that with. And I realized that if if they were here, they wouldn't they wouldn't want to see me sad or depressed about losing them. They want me to be out there kicking butt, making them proud. So after that, that's when I started coming out of my funk. Um, my I was watching a lot of Disney vlogs at the time, and Disney content, and I didn't have a pass at the time. Because it was around the time that Galaxy's Edge came out, because that was really intimidating for me. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take a year off Disney because those crowds for Galaxy's Edge it's crazy. I don't think I'll ever get a chance to go there for another 2 years. That was the expectation. Um, but then I noticed that like because I DJ there, and it was, oh, the crowd's kind of light, and I Daenerys convinced me to get. I got credit to Daenerys a lot. She really helped get me out of my funk. So thank you, Daenerys. Uh, my friend Daenerys, from who I've known since working at Disney when I was younger, um, she encouraged me to get a pass, and I got a pass, and I brought my camera and I just started vlogging, just for fun, and at the same time I realized I needed it. It was that extra step out of that funk that I needed to see people being happy, see like kids with their parents, like seeing people happy. It's it makes me feel a lot better. It makes me realize that the world is constantly moves. Things constantly change, things constantly adapt. But like the good stuff is still the good stuff. Diving deeper into the Disney bubble, I just it was great to see people being happy. It was great making content to provide a little more happiness that because everyone loves Disney. You make a Disney video about your favorite place to eat, things like that. People find joy in that. So it helped me get through my depression, and I powered through after that, and I really committed to doing more things focused on Disney. Because I DJ there, so it only makes sense to kind of just give in to the algorithm. And I love Disney. It Disney culture helped me get out of my depression. I hope it does that for other people too, because for me that's something I can always rely on to bring a little joy in my life. That makes me not hate the world. But with that said, I booked a flight to Thailand and I'm going in November. I've never explored Bangkok on my own. I've always been showed places. I've always been taking my family. So this is going to be my official step into Bangkok on my own. Well, my friends with me, but exploring what I want to explore. They come with me, so like they can do what they want. But I have a set idea of where I want to go visit and what I want to see. The thing that fascinates me so much now about Bangkok is not. Yes, I've been to the temples. I've been to the malls, which I'm going to go to the malls again. But the modern Bangkok, how people my generation, the millennials and the Gen Z Thai kids are kind of going against the norm because I've always assumed Bangkok, because I asked my mother, like, what are like the primo jobs or the careers that most Thai kids want? It's work for the government. It's working for a corporation. But what I find with people my age and the new generation of adults coming in, they want to create their own businesses. Do they want to pursue passion projects, so there's a big coffee cafe boom. There's a huge coffee scene, a great bar scene. Nightlife has always been a thing about Thailand, but this is beyond the tourist traps, and they have these really rich speakeasies and cool places you have to go passwords and know. But I'm looking forward to check out the nightlife, meeting the DJs. I kind of want to see. I'm not going to DJ while I'm there because I need a work visa and things like that. But if it's something in the future I can come back to, and I kind of want to see if maybe I can have a footing here and in Thailand to come back and forth, and I want to be more connected to my people, be connected to my culture. Because as someone who works weddings every weekend, I get to be a guest in so many amazing cultures, and I get to learn so much about other people. But I still have to, learn more about my own as well. So I'm working on doing that. I think that's a constant work in progress for me. Because I felt growing up, at least for me, you had to make a conscious choice of whether you wanted to be like really Thai or more American, and like depending on your circumstances, growing up Thai or Asian American, that's a choice you have to make. And I admire the ones that chose to still be enriched by their culture. Not that I'm not like I eat a lot of Thai food. We I always tell my cousin who's half white that like everyone has a different Asian American experience, and you can't disevaluate any other person's experience because it's not your own. You don't know if they're an adopted kid who was raised by white people who didn't tell them their culture, or you don't know if that girl was abused by their parents and anything of her own culture makes her like traumatic. So everyone has a different. Every Asian American has a different story and journey that they go through, and this is mine. So I'm going to share more of it with little stories here and there, but I just wanted to give you an introduction of future things and content to come, which is a shift from my normal kind of Disney theme park kind of stuff and things like that. But on TikTok too, I'm planning to do more hot takes, being not controversial, but putting my hat in the ring. I don't think people do that for hat in the ring. Jeez. But I just want to thank you guys for being supportive and for booking me for your events. Thank you for that too. You have no idea how much I appreciate anybody who tells me like, "Hey, I like what you're doing. Keep it up." Because there's a big world of people making content out there, and I am a very, very small window in all of that. So if you take the time to watch my content, I thank you so much, and tell your friends and subscribe. Or if there's something you want to do, or if you want to collaborate, let me know. I am down for some collaboration. But yeah, that's what's going on. That's the future. I'm also curating a lot of old videos and content from my past because I have all these. Look at this. See, I also want to take this time to remind everybody that the importance of holding on to physical media while it's still around, because especially home videos and things like that, hold on, don't throw them away. hold on to them, convert them. Those are memories, because it's amazing finding old videos and being able to tap in that memory again, especially if you're a millennial. If you're a Gen Xer or millennial, that's really important, because I found so many great memories and videos that I've had from my childhood, and I plan to show some of them in the future. And if you want to, and if you know me, if you're nearby, if you want me to maybe convert something for the holidays for your family, let me know. If I have time, I'm more than happy to. It'd be cool to share any stories of content that you may have. Keep your archive footage. Since my dad passed away, I've just been so conscious of keeping our family history at least tangible, because my grandmother's gone, my grandfather's gone. It's further down the generations. It's going to be harder to be like, hey, where did we come from, if nobody documents it. So find somebody in your family to be that person, or your heritage is going to fizzle out there into the world. And I think every story has value. With that said, more stories to come. Thanks for getting real with me, guys. I really appreciate it, and I hope to show you a lot more coming up, and I'm excited to. And also, I need Thai friends. I don't have any Thai friends. I have I hit up my friend Bobby. That's the. I mean, I have Thai, if you're a Thai friend of mine, and I'm not saying we're not friends. I'm just saying we don't hang out much. We don't talk much. We should talk. It'd be nice to have some more Thai friends. So if you want to be my friend and you're Thai, contact me. I'd love to have a talk, hang out, get some food. The normal things. Kin Len. So yeah, thanks guys. As always, please be safe, be kind, be you. Peace.